Hey, welcome back to the Ron Gunner channel. I'm going to do a quick video here to show you. First off, let me start by saying I am not a person who can do stippling. I'm talking the professional looking stippling. If you're looking for looks, not so much me. I am more about functionality. Now, as a professional sponsored shooter, I could care less what it looks like. I need it to work. When I grip, I don't have to worry about using the spray, the grip spray, all that stuff. The gun grip itself will do it for me. Now, I had one gun done before professionally, and it looked great. I'm telling you, it fabulous looking. Issue was, functionality was not that good. I still had to use the dry hand grip spray, which I really don't like using because it turns your hand white, powder white, then you get it all over the gun. Now, extremely hot days, yes, I will use it even with the other grips. But yeah, the grip looked great. It looked like it'd work, but it didn't. So I started practicing on AR grips, anything that's some kind of, similar to the same kind of polymer, same density, stuff like that. And then I thought, well, before I do that, I'm going to do a couple of my PS4 controllers. Now, yes, even at in March, 55-year-old, I still play PlayStation. I've been playing PlayStation since the very first one came out, and prior to that, I was Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Prior to that, for my age, I was Atari and Radio Shack Tandy Company, the Pong and all that stuff. So I grew up with it from the start to present day. I'm looking forward to the PlayStation 5. But what I started doing was, I thought, well, I got to practice, so I started practicing on my controllers. I just wanted to get, again, not worried about pretty, just wanted to get a grip. Now, they're not perfect, but they worked for what they wanted, or what I wanted, actually. Then here's the newest one I just did. I added a little flair to it. Got up in there, got around, up in here. So, for what I want now, obviously not with the rubber gloves, but doing it, your hand doesn't slip at all. Once you start using these stippled, you get a regular one. That's this one. Just bought this one yesterday and played it last night unstippled, and it just felt like it was continuously going to fall out of my hand. So I came down here today to do it. And then while I was down here doing that, I thought, okay, I need to touch up one I did for my buddy. And I don't do it, and I don't charge for doing it because I'm not a professional at it. But he had a Glock 19 with a burnt bronze Cerakote. He's had it for a few years now. And he had played on some of my controllers, and he's like, hey, man, can you do that to my Glock? And I said, yeah. I said, but here's what's going to happen. Your frame is the burnt bronze now because it's Cerakoted. The minute I hit it with the, let's see, where's it? The minute I hit it with this, it's going to be black because it'll burn Cerakote off. He's like, hey, I don't care. Now, before I go any farther, that's the same buddy of mine who I just distressed his AR in the last video. So, anyhow, I said, all right, leave me your gun. So this is what I did to it. I tried to put a little design in it. Again, I am not a professional. I cut under here. Now, you may say that's a terrible cut. Functionality. Everybody cuts straight, everything's nice and straight, this is straight. Well, I'm sorry, when I put my finger in there, my finger doesn't lay straight across, it lays this way. So I cut it, and I undercut here this way, because your finger's not straight, it kind of angles. So I do it again, so it functions better. And then I got up in here, got rid of the one finger groove, and then last night I had redone it, went over it again and kind of sharpened it up. So it works, and it works beautiful. He loves it. Obviously nothing in it. He loves it. He stopped by last night. I said, let me touch it up a little bit more. I wanted to get some sharper points on it. So he left it here again. And anyhow, that's what it turned out to be. You know, I kind of made sure I got the straight there and around here, trying to get it matching on both sides. So I wanted this done right. So I did it for him then. Then I thought, well, one of the Glocks I won in a match a year ago, I think, or maybe even 2 years ago, and it was my backup gun. Now, I use Johnny Glocks. He's my main sponsor for my Glock matches. If you look back a few videos, I have a red and black 34. That's my newest one he just did. Prior to that, I had a 17. It was black and blue. There's videos of that also on this channel. And I did the stippling on it. The 34 was done by Loki Tactical down in Florida. But when I got one to 17, and the 17 was my backup gun to my blue and black 17. So now the 34 is the main gun, the blue and black 17 is backup, and then of course you have to have another backup, which is this other 17. It is not built like the first two. This just has a red dot, same kind of red dot, but just mounted on the slide. It does not have a threaded barrel. It's a factory Glock 17 barrel with a dark hour defense slide-on muzzle brake, which I didn't think would work that good, and surprisingly it did. So anyhow, I got on it and I did some stippling to it. Yes, it has a mag in it. Mag is unloaded. Gun is unloaded. Okay, so here's what I did to this. Kind of did the same design on that as I did on his 19. Came down here. I get all the way up under here, across the back. So when you get it, a grip, it's got you around the whole horseshoe is what I call that. I came down here, cleared that out. Again, did everything on an angle because my fingers don't lay straight across. When you grip it, it's like this. Now I did do this kind of thin. That's how I like it. And this is also on the angle. Now that's, if you're going to do your own, try it. Try it seriously. Put it on that angle. And not straight across on the angle, and also not flat. Your hand naturally goes down. So I cut this to fit exactly where it fits my fingers. So when you grip this gun, you can't help but grip this gun the same every time. You lay it down, it's right there, and when I bring it up, present it, it's right there. I don't have to go, where's the dot? It's always right there because the grip is always the same. By doing it this way, it increases the function. It may not be pretty, but again, I'm not worried about pretty. I'm worried about winning a match. I just did this last night. Don't know why. I am not one of these guys that grab the front. Here's what I don't understand. When guys stipple their own guns, or even have them stippled, they get this undercut, and then they go ahead and have all that stippled also. Maybe they like the looks, but as far as function goes, if you got this cut right to the angle, the size of your fingers, the angle of your hand when you grip the gun, and you cut that to the angle, there's no need to stipple that for someone to say, well, that's just for extra grip. Because when you have it like this, it's there every time. I grab this, bring it up, the dot is always right in spot. The grip is the same every freaking time. I did this same cut on the black and blue one. Chris down at Loki Tactical did the red 34, the red and black. He had cut this, his straight across, everything, what you would normally get when you send a gun out to have it stippled by a professional. The only thing I did to that 34 was angled that, angled that up, so when I grab it, my finger lays in there, and I open it up more, because obviously, I'm a big guy, my fingers are bigger. They kind of do it to a standard size, and it just didn't fit my hand right. I mean, the grip was good. The stippling on it's excellent, but when I gripped it like this just didn't feel right. Matter of fact, the sharp curve that was right here digs in and gives you that Glock knuckle. Well, I make it thinner as it comes up. I don't know how well you can see that because the camera's up in the air. It's not even a camera, it's my cell phone. And I did it thin, and I brought it up this way, and then I round that off so it purposely does not ride that knuckle. You don't feel that at all. You put your hand in there, grab it like that, you don't feel that trigger guard. You don't feel it digging in. You don't feel it's just your hand's there. It stops. You don't feel it. That gives you the good grip. That gives you better aim, better concentration. You're not worried about anything. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to grab the gun and make adjustments real quick. When I grab this, like I said, bam, it's right there. Every damn time. Every freaking time when I grab that gun, it's right there. I grab that same grip. You know, guide your hand with that. There you go. It feels so natural because it's not automatically straight. It's to the actual curve and size of my fingers on this gun. And you can do it too to yours. Grab your gun, and I know I don't think, in order for me to put my hand straight across like that, the gun's going to be in an awkward position. Same way here, straight across, your grip's a little strange. You grab it natural. Your finger, this knuckle comes up, or your fingertip goes down, then that's how you angle that cut. Round that off. Don't be afraid to take it thin. The other 17, the black and blue one, that's even thinner. This is real thin. It's like paper thin. Still strong as can be. Doesn't flex anything. Matter of fact, last year's Glock match, I had an issue, and they made me take it to the armorer, or I couldn't shoot the rest of the day. And it turned out the issue was me personally. What I was doing, I had readjusted the thumb stop, and I was riding the slide with my thumb and didn't even know it. So I'd go up and shoot, and it would be like single fire. And I just didn't realize it was rubbing it was barely touching. But I have 10-pound and 9-pound spring in those guns. So it doesn't take much to stop it. So I go up to shoot, and bam, rack it, bam. I thought, this ain't working. They're like, well, that's, you have to take that and get that looked at. And I told them, I said, the gun, there's nothing in the gun, basically stock, except for the frame. So if I put stock stuff in it, it's going to screw it up. They said, well, you still got to go look at it. So I took it, the 34, and this one. And like I said, the black and blue 30 or black and blue 17 is done just like this, but this is even cut even more on it. And the armor come out and was shooting him, and he's like, wow, I'm not supposed to say this because I'm a Glock armorer, which I am also. He said, but I really like the way this feels. He said that's the most natural grip. And he was a bigger guy with bigger hands. He said, that is the most, I'm bringing that up, and it's like it was built for me. Again, you don't have that universal straight across like everybody does, and just a certain size. They don't take into consideration your finger size, and they don't take into consideration your angle. You can look at that and see how I have that angled. That's angled to fit my grip, my hands. You can do it. Anyhow, just want to show you a little bit here. Again, I don't do stippling for beauty. I just do it so everything functions better for me. Hey, I'll talk to you later. I have a Wilson Combat, another BCM. I have a Wilson tool video coming out. If you want the best precise tools for reloading. What else do I have? I have Accutac bipods like you wouldn't believe. Wait till you see the groups these things are shooting with when they're on the gun they're on, and Excalibur barrels. You combine Accutac bipod, Excalibur barrel with loaded ammo from this, along with Starline brass, Burger bullets, Hodgdon powders. Wait till you see this group. 150 yards in the wind, and I wasn't even really trying. I was trying to find a load for this particular rifle, and it's an Accutac themed rifle. So wait till you see it. It's coming up. And I was just blown away. 8 shots in a group. Well, you'll see it later on. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hope you come back. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you much.